But for now, let's turn our attention to our focus report. And Lisbon has become the latest victim of its own success. As the Portuguese capital emerges from a painful economic crisis, buildings are being renovated, which should be a good thing, were it not for the fact that locals are increasingly being priced out of the city. Foreigners are falling over themselves to both buy there and rent holiday apartments. The result, most owners prefer to rent to tourists as they can earn a lot more from their properties in that way. Sarah Morris sends us this report.
Tourists from across the world all meet here. Lisbon, colourful houses, fabulous light, charm is the most popular postcard this summer.
It's sunny, the people are friendly, and my children always want to go to Portugal, so we come here every 2 years.
Especially like the small old houses and like narrow streets and so on.
It's charming.
Yeah, charming. I think that's the word.
I spent the first night in a hostel and then in Airbnb mainly. Everyone visits Lisbon and it's really driven prices up.
A victim of its own success, rents in Lisbon rose 20% last year, pushing residents out of the city centre.
An 800 euros rental? Where did you see that? I haven't been able to find any flat in the area for less than 1,500 euros. I've even seen a two-bedroom flat with a cellar for 2,000 euros a month. Can you imagine?
Vanda Betancourt has lived for 40 years in this neighbourhood, which is now much coveted by tourists. She used to pay 350 euros in rent.
Hi Chris, how are you?
But she's going to have to leave her apartment in a month. The owner won't renew her lease.
Having a place to live is no longer a fundamental right. It's become a luxury, and that should not be the case. I pay my rent on time, on the dot. I've never not paid. So why should I end up on the street? I work. Why should I have to sleep on the street with 3 children to look after? It's just inhumane.
Vanda risks eviction. With a salary of 550 euros a month, Portugal's minimum wage, she won't be able to find a flat in Lisbon. To get maximum profitability, owners are going for short-term rentals. Lisbon now has more than 15,000 tourist properties. And the market is still booming. Some estate agents are even specialising in foreign buyers.
Let's go in.
Let's go.
This is one of the apartments that we have for sale here in Lisbon, with 2 areas, the public and the private area, with the master suites, where we have a lot of space in a very typical apartment here in Lisbon, the old part of Lisbon.
100 square metres right in the historic centre, 600,000 euros.
The French and the European are the #1 client that we believe will buy this apartment, and basically will be for both. They will use it for part of the year, and they'll take Airbnb or other platform to make a return on this investment.
Foreign investors buy up and renovate whole apartment blocks. Portugal does everything it can to attract them. A purchase of 500,000 euros gives people permanent residency. Property has become a political hot potato in Portugal, and many residents feel hopeless.
More than half the neighbourhood over there is in the process of being sold.
What are they building?
Luxury apartments and hotels. We're now in the second phase of gentrification, and everything you're looking at is going to disappear.
Will the whole of Lisbon simply be sold to the highest bidder? That's what Ana Benavente fears. At 73, this pensioner is still teaching at the university. She's had to move because her rent has tripled.
I was forced to move here, and I pay a lot. I pay almost 50% of my pension. I think it's really unfair for me, and of course for the younger people, that we don't have the right to live in town, even though we want to be part of the community. We have our life, our work. All of a sudden, we're interchangeable. If someone in this crazy market, in this absolutely savage capitalism, pays double for this apartment, then I will no longer have it.
Quality is silently growing as tourists continue to arrive. Last year, 1,700 families were turned out of their homes in Lisbon.
Okay, and that wraps it up for this edition. Do take care.